Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, hi, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be another testing new makeup. I have so many new products here, some affordable brands, some high-end brands, just a little bit of everything. So I'm finally going to be doing a look with the new It's a Mood palette from ColourPop. I also have the new One Size Concealer, which is Patrick Starr's makeup line. I have the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. They recently announced that they are officially cruelty-free, which makes me so happy because this is a very popular setting spray that I have been dying to test out, and I just ran a poll on Instagram and you guys voted for this spray to test out today. So I also have some Makeup Revolution, some Ulta Beauty, just a bunch of different brands. So make sure you grab a snack, get cozy, or grab your makeup brushes. That way we can do our makeup together and hang out. So I hope you enjoy, and let's test out a full face of new makeup. We are starting off with the brows. I actually just picked up a new brow product from Walmart, and this is the Uoma Beauty by Sharon C One and Done 2-in-1 Brow Styler. So this is basically a brow pencil on one side and a brow gel on the other. I know Rare Beauty has a product that is similar to this. It's like the Brow Harmony, but I love the tip on the brow pencil on this one specifically because it's a little bit thinner. So I feel like it is perfect for filling in your brows or outlining your brows and giving yourself that like illusion of brow hairs. So I really like this applicator, and I actually already tested out the brow gel in my Walmart haul. I put it on my brows really quickly and I really liked it so far, but today we're gonna test it out on the bare brows and see how this looks. All right, so I'm just gonna start with, of course, just following my natural brow shape. Okay, so far I actually really like the formula of the pencil. I'll probably just end up filling in my brows with this because I don't have any other new brow products. I normally stick to what I know when it comes to brow products, but this looked really interesting and it was under $10 when I got it at Walmart. So I'm like, let me give it a try because it's basically like a 2-in-1 product. So far so good. I love the formula and the little tip of the brow pencil just because I feel like you can really get in there and define your brows, or you can fill in your brows also, and it's like an easy product to work with. Like I feel like I just did that really quickly. So maybe for like everyday makeup or quick and easy makeup days, products like this are probably ideal because then you don't have to reach for a ton of different things. You kind of have everything you need right here. Okay, this brow's a little crazy, but we're gonna clean her up. The brow gel, the brush is so tiny, but it's perfect for just getting in there and being super precise and setting your brows nicely. Or if you want to get like that fluffy kind of brow look, you could do that with this. So I'm gonna clean up my brows really quick. You guys already know, and then I'll be right back in 1 second and we will do eyeshadow. Now for eyes, I'm gonna start with an eye primer. I also picked this up from Walmart recently. This is the NYX Shadow and Liner Primer. I love the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Base from NYX. Is one of my favorite drugstore eye primers. So when I saw this, I was like, let me give this a try, because if it's anything like that one from NYX that I just mentioned, then it should be good. So I'm just gonna prime the lids. This one doesn't feel as matte as that one from NYX, because that one from NYX, when it dries, it's definitely a little bit more on the matte side. This one feels a little bit less matte, kind of like the Urban Decay Primer Potion, like that consistency. For eyeshadow palette today, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop It's a Mood palette. ColourPop has done it again. They come out with so much new stuff, but I usually always really love their big eyeshadow palettes as well. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the So Jaded palette from ColourPop, which was the collab that Kathleen Lights did with them a few years back. That is one of my favorite collabs. And this reminds me a little bit of that. The tones are a little bit different, but I'm loving this entire moment. So I posted this on my Instagram, and a lot of you guys told me to use the purples. So I'm going to start off with this color up here. It's called Night Call. It's like a light, almost looks gray, but it's like a really light cool tone transition shade. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here called Echoes. This is like a deep matte purple. And I'm gonna start, wow, pigment, hello. I'm gonna take that on the outer portion of my lid. I'm gonna go back into the first shade, which again is like a light gray with a purple undertone, and I'm gonna just run that in the crease a little bit. Then I'm gonna go into the shimmery purple in the shade Moves. Now with all of my shimmers, I always like to dip my brush and then spray. I recommend doing that versus spraying and then dipping your brush in. You could use a setting spray, primer spray. You could also use eye drops if you have any. Just something to get the shadow to pop a little bit more. And I'm gonna just take that purple and kind of pack and then swipe. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm here for this color. It is so gorgeous. Then I'm gonna go back into the matte purple called Echoes. And I'm just gonna add more of that just with a different brush. This one is from e.l.f. It's from a collection that they launched last year, but it's just like a small kind of fluffy brush. I'm just adding that in. There's a ton of fallout on my face, but I'm loving the tones in here. The palette seems to be performing really nicely, just like all other ColourPop's eyeshadows. Every time I test out a new palette from them, to me, they're all very consistent across the board, and they're always really on point. Now, sticking with the same row, I'm gonna take this shade up here. It's called Thunder. This looks like a duochrome shade, and I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. It looks stunning. That looks so pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add that right to the center. Then I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. eye tapes. I love these. These are the best for winged liner, for eyeshadow, just for anything. And I like to cut mine down the middle to make them last a little bit longer. That is a tip from one of you guys a few years back, and ever since then, I've been doing that. So I'm gonna just take the tapes and I'm gonna put them right here. Are they even? Probably not, but that's okay. I'm gonna take this dark color right on the bottom. This one is called Had to Be. It looks like it's a really deep purple. It's almost like a black purple shade. I'm gonna take an angled little brush. This one is from KVD Vegan Beauty. And I'm gonna take that and do kind of like a wing with that shadow. I'm gonna add more of that purple on the end as well and just kind of extend the shadow outwards. Now, the ultimate reveal. So I do have this Makeup Revolution eyeliner, and this is a really pretty like light lavender, and this one is in the shade Sweet Lilac. So I kind of want to take this and just do a little liner moment up here. Kind of messed up right there, as you can see. So I'm gonna take my flat brush and kind of just blend that out. There we go. I kind of just blended it in with like the eyeshadow. Okay, I actually like this. I did 2 layers of it. I kind of just winged it, literally, and I wanted to just see how it would look. When it dries, it does dry a little bit darker than what you actually see in the packaging, but I think it's like a nice little addition, and it just adds a little extra pop. So far, all the products are working really well. I mean, the eyeshadow primer, the brow products, the eyeshadow palette, and that liner was really good, chef's kiss. So I don't have a brand new mascara. The newest one that I've been loving is from Rare Beauty. I've talked about this in my past couple of videos, but I really love this mascara. So this is the one that I'm going to be using today for the top and lower lashes. So I'm just going to do a quick coat. I always recommend doing this before your lashes. That way your falsies will blend in with your real ones and they'll just look super seamless. Okay, so I just applied some false lashes. I wasn't sure which ones I wanted to do, so that's why I just kind of chose them off camera. It took me like 20 minutes to try to figure out because I tried out some different ones, but I went with the Kiss Lash Couture from the 5th Avenue collection in the style Lavish. I'll pop a picture of what they look like in the packaging right here. So moving into complexion, I'm gonna start with some primer water. I picked up the Ulta Beauty Keep Shining Citrus Scented Glow Primer Water. I honestly haven't tried any new products from the Ulta Beauty brand in a minute. When I saw this, I knew I had to try it out. So I love primer water, but I love especially a good glowy primer water. So I'm gonna shake this up and spray the face. Feels refreshing. It kind of feels like the Smashbox primer water, to be honest. It honestly looks like it as well, like just in the packaging. I like the spritzer on it too. That's really nice. It says it's a citrus scented glow primer. I definitely smell a little citrusy in there, and it says it's supposed to brighten, prep, and refresh the skin. So today I don't have a new foundation, but I do have a new concealer. And what I thought we could do is maybe just like use it for the under eyes and to spot conceal, because I do have a couple breakouts. So I tend to do that a lot with my concealer. I will use it as like my foundation. foundation. So since it is brand new, I'm like, I guess maybe it works out that we don't have a new foundation so we can really put this to the test. So this is the new One Size concealer and I got the shade Light 3N. This has been sold out like literally everywhere and the shades are very limited as far as like what's available still. So I think this is gonna be too light, but hopefully we can make it work. So applicator, first impression is nice. It's kind of like pointed on the top. So I'm gonna start with this. Oh yeah, this is gonna be too light. But I'm gonna put this on my under eyes. I'm also breaking out. Will this match? Who knows? We'll test it out. So I'm gonna just blend this in with my beauty sponge. This one is from Haley's Beauty. Okay, well, first of all, coverage. Wow, I didn't expect this to be this light. I should have known. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a foundation and then go in with this concealer afterwards because this is gonna be just way too light. Just to show you guys, like, I don't think I can make this work by itself. Kind of seems like really dry, the concealer. Like it doesn't feel super creamy. Like when it dries, I feel like you have to work quickly with it because it'll dry and kind of cling onto your skin. And I just realized I forgot to use primer anyway, so I'm gonna just take this off because this looks crazy. Well, at least we got to kind of try it out a little bit there first. I got way too excited and totally forgot about primer, but that was just way too light. That's why I just took that off because I just feel like I can't make that work unless I have a foundation underneath. So I'm gonna use a foundation that's a little bit too dark for me at the moment, which is the Uoma Beauty Flawless in Real Life Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have this one in the shade Honey Honey T1. Probably need to go down like one shade because this is like a smidge too dark for me, but normally I can make it work with my concealer. And today we're gonna have to make it work because this is so light. Moving into primer, I don't know how I could forget this, but I was just too excited about the concealer. But this is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Skin Solve. It's supposed to prime, blur, and hydrate the skin. I picked this up from Ulta. Pacifica primers are hit or miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't for me. There aren't really that many new like complexion products that I've seen lately. I don't really see much as far as like blurring. If anything, this feels just like a hydrating kind of primer. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my pores right here. For me, this feels like a skincare product versus like an actual primer. I'm gonna just do a light layer of this foundation. Since the concealer is so light, I just want something so that my face doesn't look totally light. If there's any new foundations you guys want me to test out that maybe aren't necessarily super new on the market, but that you want me to try, let me know, because I haven't seen any like brand new, like popular new foundations. So that's why I don't have a new one today. But now let's go in with the concealer. So still obviously gonna be light, but hopefully now with this foundation, it's a little bit more doable. Okay, no, let me work with this quickly because it dries fast. I was gonna do the other eye and I'm like, girl, we just talked about this. Gotta work quickly with this product because it looks like it like dries quickly on the skin. Now maybe that is also because I went in on my bare skin, so something hydrating was necessary before that, but it definitely didn't blend super easily on my bare skin as it is right now. So you need something underneath to help the product kind of just melt into the skin a little bit better. Has full coverage though, for sure. I put the brightness down a little bit so you guys can see the skin and how it looks. I would say the concealer is definitely full coverage. I do recommend working quickly with it though, for sure. It's pretty nice. I would say first impression, formula wise, I like the new Anastasia concealer a little bit more than this one because it is just so creamy. I do like the coverage of this though. But yeah, now we're gonna do cream blush. I have two different ones to test out. So I'm gonna do drugstore on one side, high end on the other. I have this new one here from Milk Makeup. This is the Bionic Blush, and this one is in the shade Teleport. It's just like a nice like warm orangey shade. I'm gonna apply it right on the back of my hand. Wow, that's really bright. That's so pretty. So that is the color. It looks like it's like a dewy cream blush. I really like the Milk Makeup blush stick. So that's why I was excited to try this out. Very natural, subtle, but cute. Gives you a light wash of color and it blends very easily. So it looks really bright, but then once you blend it out, it's very wearable and it gives you a light wash of color. This is one of the more natural cream blushes that I've tried recently. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to see if the color is buildable. Yep, which it looks like it is. So that's good. So natural, but buildable. Now on the other side, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Blush. So you could use this on your lips and your cheeks. So this kind of looks like, packaging wise, like the Milk Makeup blush sticks that they have. So they have a bunch of colors in these. I think for today, I guess to keep the cheeks consistent, I'm gonna go in with the coral color, and this one's in peach. And then I also have the shade Bear, which looks really pretty. Maybe I'll mix the two, we'll see. But let's start off with peach. I really like this packaging because it's nice and matte, and the color of the packaging is the same as the color of the blush, which is nice. Let's do a little swatch. Also looks like it's gonna be pretty subtle, but still pigmented. I'm gonna just dip directly into the product. It smells like coconut, like authentic coconut. Okay, this is a lot more subtle than what I thought, but it's pretty. So that is that color. These are definitely dewy also, by the way. So comparing the two, I know that there are two different kinds of cream blushes, but the one from Makeup Revolution is actually slightly more natural than the one from Milk Makeup. I'm sure you could probably build these up, or if you don't like a really bright cream blush, maybe you would like this formula as well. Okay, now for powder, I picked up the Ulta Beauty Positive Mindset Translucent Setting Powder. It's apparently infused with rosehip oil. Let's try this out. I think it's just the concealer shade, honestly, that's throwing me off. I really wish I could have got like a color that would match. I thought I could make this work, but it's just a little too light still. Set the rest of the face. This powder is like really lightweight. Like it just feels like, I don't know, it's like really hard to explain, but it feels like just almost like nothing on the skin. Okay, now that I've set the rest of the makeup, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna look. I'm gonna test out the powder later on with Flash and we'll see how it looks. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's not like, OMG, you need this powder. Like I'm not like dying over it. So I have a new bronzer and highlighter palette that I picked up from BH Cosmetics. So this is the Tulum 6-color bronzer and highlighter palette. I got this online and it's actually a lot darker than what I thought it was gonna be, but that makes me very happy because you guys know with drugstore and affordable brands, sometimes with bronzers, it's not usually their strongest suit when it comes to having like richer, darker shades. So it's nice to have something that isn't just like light, medium, dark. Like these are actually more rich, medium type bronzer shades. Today, I think the only color that I could probably make work is this shade right here. And I'm just gonna use this just to bronze the skin, add a little bit of color back to the face. So these are what the bronzer shades look like. So they're definitely warm, but they're very rich, they're pigmented, and the formula is really smooth. Just like ColourPop, BH Cosmetics is one of those brands where like all the products that I've tried, like palettes and different colors, they're always really consistently good. And I feel like you get a lot in their palettes for your money. So if you're tanner than I am with medium skin tone, I think this palette would be gorgeous. And today, since we're testing out new products, I'm gonna try out this highlighter. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of this color right here, and I'm just gonna pop that right on the cheekbone. Ooh, that is a pretty shade. Complexion is pretty much all done. I'm gonna go ahead and set the brows. I'm gonna go back with the Uoma Beauty brow product. Oh, I love this. This is probably like one of my favorite things that I tried out today. It's so good. And like, look at the difference between this brow and this brow. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more cream blush because I feel like I lost it and we don't want that. I'm gonna take more of the Makeup Revolution one. I'm actually gonna use the color Bear. I'm just gonna add that right over top. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend it out with my sponge. I'm gonna just use the same color on the other side because I think the color matches the look a little bit better than that orangey shade. I love the way these smell, you guys. They legit smell like coconut. Like true coconut candy or something, like really nice. Final thing we're gonna do is lower lashes, lips, and then I have a new setting spray that I cannot wait to test out. So I'm gonna go into this color right here, which is that matte purple shade. For the waterline, I don't have a new liner, so I'm just gonna use the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Crybaby. It's just a light lavender. Then I'm gonna take the highlighter shade, which is a little bit dark, but I'm gonna use it in the inner corners and see how it looks. Oh, I actually love the way this highlighter looks. I feel like this is a lot more wearable than what it looks like in the pan. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit dark, but it's very pretty. Like it's a gorgeous, like bronzed highlighter. Now for lips, I'm gonna try out the new ColourPop Fresh Kiss lip creams, and this one is in the color Bee Spice. Oh, this is pink. Thought it was gonna be a little bit darker. Maybe I can try this color out instead. I want something a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go in with Strike a Pose. I don't really like these colors like at all, not with this look at least. Okay, rewind. I just didn't really like those colors with this look in particular, so let's try out this shade. So this one is in Baby Doll. This is a pretty color. It's not really what I wanted with this look. I thought that the other ones are gonna be a little bit more like cool toned. Don't get me wrong, I do like this color, and the other colors weren't bad. I just didn't like them with this eye makeup in particular. The last and final thing we're gonna do is set the makeup, and I picked up the new Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. This is supposed to be like 16-hour wear. I never wear my makeup for that long, but I am gonna wear my makeup throughout the day, and we'll see how it wears and if this actually makes everything last. The product though, it feels sort of like a lipstick. It doesn't really feel like it's a liquid lipstick. It's a lot more comfortable than like a traditional liquid lipstick, especially the ones from ColourPop. So this one definitely feels like a satin type of product when you apply it. It's almost like a mousse. It doesn't seem to be like drying down matte or anything. I think that's like the point of these. It's supposed to kind of be like a satin liquid lipstick. It's not kiss proof, but a lot of the product, it doesn't come off, which is nice. So this could be like a nice product that you maybe have if you're talking or drinking, or if you're just gonna be out and about. All right, and we are all done. Okay, so I just took off that lip color. I am not a fan of it, how it looks. It just, I feel like it didn't go with today's vibe. So I took that off. I'm gonna go in with something different. So I have these Makeup Revolution Matte Bombs. These are liquid lipsticks. And this one is in Delicate Brown. There's a ton of other colors, but I'm gonna test this shade out today and see how it looks and how it feels. Oh, this is like pretty muted, but it's a little bit cool toned, which is kind of what I wanted for today's lip color. So I just went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. I just wanted to add this just to emphasize my lips a little bit more, make them more defined. I believe I tried these before a while ago, but I don't remember what color I tried, but I picked this up recently at Sephora. I know this is such a popular shade, so I wanted to just kind of test it out again. By the way, I'm loving this lip color a lot more than the ColourPop lip color. I don't know what it is. I just didn't love the way that the colors looked with this eye makeup. I just feel like it threw everything off, but I think we're officially all done. So let's wrap everything up and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on the products. I have a couple standout products that I really enjoyed. First, we have the brow pencil from Uoma Beauty by Sharon. This little brow duo is fabulous. So good, so easy, and it's under $10. And like the formula is really nice. It's convenient. I didn't use a pomade on my brows today and I actually really like them. So I love everything about this. So if you're looking for a new brow product to add to your collection for everyday makeup or just in general, this is it, and it's available at Walmart. I also really loved the eye primer from NYX. I mean, it honestly reminded me of the other one that I told you guys earlier, the waterproof eyeshadow base. That one felt a little bit more on the matte side versus this one, but this made my shadows pop, I feel like, and they were really easy to work with. So I'll definitely keep using this with other palettes and just other shadows in general, but I really liked this eye primer so far. I also love the Makeup Revolution lavender liner that I used. I thought that was just a nice little pop, and the liner doesn't seem to be cracking or flaking or just dry. It looks really good. It's very subtle, but it's cute, and these come in a bunch of different colors. I also really liked the primer water from Ulta Beauty. Again, something that I'm gonna have to keep using to really test out, but so far so good with this. It was very pleasant, the scent, it was refreshing, and the spritzer is nice. Same with the Charlotte Tilbury spray. I will see how this makeup wears throughout the day and keep you guys updated, but the spritzer on this and like the formula and the way my makeup looks now, I think it looks good with this. We'll see if this makes a difference because this is expensive. So I'll keep you guys updated. I also really love these fast base cream color blushes from Makeup Revolution. The color, the formula, it gives you such a pretty dewy cheek, and I love all the shades that they have. I like that these are buildable. Based on using this side by side with the Milk Makeup cream blush, I know that these are different types of products, but I would say like after I set everything, both sides looked the same. There wasn't really a huge difference, and this one from Milk Makeup is a little bit more on the subtle side, but I feel like so are these from Makeup Revolution, but they're also buildable. So I would say like if you're looking for a good cream blush, based on what I used today, I would say go with the Makeup Revolution ones because they come in a variety of different shades, and if we're talking about packaging, this is a lot more convenient versus squeezing something out like this. These were really nice. This BH face palette, even though I can't use it, I'll probably end up giving this to my mom, but I still wanted to shout it out and still use what I could with it because I do feel like it's a great palette to have if you are medium tanner, if you're just looking for something with a little bit more warm, richer shades. This is beautiful. The formulas with BH are always really nice, and I feel like you get a lot for your money. And this highlighter is actually very wearable. I love the way that it looks, especially in the inner corners and everything. So this is a beautiful palette, and BH always kills it, so I love this. this. ColourPop, it's a mood. This is definitely a mood. I love this for fall and winter. I think you can create so many looks with this, and the color story is beautiful. The variety, there's shimmers, mattes, glitters, a little bit of everything. So I will definitely do more looks with this. I'm probably gonna do like a 2 looks, 1 palette. So stay tuned for that coming up next, but I really like this palette, and ColourPop never disappoints with their shadows. Honestly, they're always bomb. Everything else I can honestly kind of live without. So the Ulta Beauty powder, it does have some flashback. I just actually took a photo. There is some flashback and a white cast with it. So not really my favorite. Like I mentioned, I didn't really get a wow factor from that anyway. Same with this vegan collagen from Pacifica. I'll probably pass on this as well. I mean, it really didn't do much for the skin. The Makeup Revolution Matte Balm Liquid Lipstick. So right now they feel comfortable. It's not sticky like it was when I first applied it, and I'll see how it wears throughout the day because I'm going to wear this for the next couple hours and I'm going to eat and everything. So we'll see how it fades and how it feels in a few hours, but looks like it's kiss proof too, which is always good. And I also love that these come in a bunch of different colors. So there's lots to choose from. The ColourPop lippies, I'm just not a fan of like these colors, but the formula of these was nice. It was just the colors that were kind of throwing me off with today's look. That's why I ended up switching them out. And last but not least, the concealer. You guys saw this is way too light for me, so I definitely need to get a better shade. But as far as formula and just the way that it looked on the skin, I also didn't really get a wow factor from this like I did with the new ABH concealer. I just feel like that one looked so skin-like, but with great coverage. It was creamy. You definitely have to, I feel like, prep your skin properly when it comes to using this concealer and work quickly with it because it can dry pretty fast and cling to areas that you might not want it to cling to. So let me know if you guys have tried this, but right now I'm not like crazy about it, but I think it's also like the shade that wasn't that great. Whenever my shade is available, I will definitely get another shade and hopefully find a better match than this. That is officially it for today's video. Check the description box below for all the details and any updates that I may have on the products, and links and everything will be down there. So that is it. Thank you all so much for everything, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.